Alright, welcome back to another one, and this is part 2 of rebuilding this engine. Today I think I'm going to just do a couple simple things, like I'm going to drain the coolant, drain the oil, disconnect battery and all the wiring stuff, and then I'm probably going to take the carb off, and I might take this heater box off and maybe the generator off. You know, just kind of tear down some simple things on this engine, and so that's what today's video is going to be. Alright, so under here, we're going to drain the radiator. All we need to do is pull that plug there on the bottom of the radiator. Hopefully everything will drain into this bin nice. And then probably have to do it a couple times, which is going to be a pain, but it shouldn't be too hard. Oh, that's a great design. So we'll just let this drain into the bucket here, and hopefully it goes smoothly. Okay, so it wasn't draining, it stopped draining there, so I'm just loosening this because I think you have to get this off to let air through. There we go, hopefully it'll drain now. Alright, let's try this again. That's better. So we're gonna let that drain, and then we'll just pour it into this little coolant bottle right here, so we can save some money. While that finishes draining down there, I'm gonna take the carburetor off. So just take the fuel off, choke, and then the gas pedal and this vacuum line, and that's all there is to it. So shouldn't be too hard, probably 5-10 minutes. Alright, so the carburetor is now off. So I think I'm going to start taking all the ignition, wiring, distributor stuff off. Then I'll start with the generator and battery and some of that other stuff that's real quick and easy. Alright, so I got the wires removed. Next, it's just battery, generator, manifold, and exhaust, whatever's. Alright, I just went and pulled the radiator hose off. Alright, here I'm gonna just drain the oil real quick. Alright, so we have the front cover off and most everything off. Took off heater core, took out the radiator, all that. So all we have to do now is some random things like this horn, whatever. Alright, so we pushed the Plymouth back about 4 or 5 feet so we have room to work. We have the lift there. We're gonna get a couple moving blankets and we're gonna put the hood on top of the roof so then it doesn't get messed up, whatever. And then we'll start pulling a couple more things like I said. Then it's time to pull the engine. Alright, this is my configuration for what I'm going to set the engine on. We have a transmission jack and a tire. And I have some wood blocks that I'll level it out with because the engine holder thing we had wasn't going to work. We would have had to take the bell housing off to make it mount, and it still would have been weird. So I'm just going to lay the engine sideways on here so I can still access the oil pan and access everything, whatever. So, you know, and the engine should be fine. Shouldn't be too much of a pain, so. Alright, so I'm having an issue getting the manifold off. There's one bolt way back here I can't get a wrench on, and then the exhaust is being kind of a pain. So we moved on to the fuel pump, and we couldn't get that off. So, you know, nothing can be easy. But we did get the oil filter and all that off, so that's accessible to the bell housing now. So that shouldn't be too much work. All right, so we got the exhaust fully off and everything there is off. Now I'm just gonna get this fan and water pump off so we can clear this here, because I found out we can't take this off, it's welded in. So that's gonna be a pain, but I'm just gonna take this water pump off real quick, and then we're gonna run to Home Depot and get more chains, because there's not engine lift points on this. So we're just gonna wrap a chain around and then use this here along with this, because it has chains on it, it's just not enough. So we're gonna wrap chains around the engine and then hopefully, and then use ratchet straps to level it out, and hopefully that'll lift it out nice. All right, so the water pump is off. And then next we're just gonna have to loosen the engine mount bolts. Like, I swear I've never seen an engine mount like that. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so we just gotta loosen the 4 engine mount bolts, and then we gotta loosen the bolts on the bell housing. But we wanna go to Home Depot and get the chains first, and then hook up the engine hoist, and then we'll loosen those so it's not dragging or hanging in any way. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned for pulling this engine and rebuilding it.